We eat 3 times a day to supply energy for our bodies. The average person will store energy for 6 hours. Of course, if he's digging ditches or in case of physical effort, for example, confinements, the energy is used up quicker. Then energy is usually tapped in intravenously. But for the average person, you eat at 7 in the morning, you have lunch at 1 or 2, you have supper between 7 and 8, and each time that your liver no longer has energy, it notifies your stomach to notify your head that it's time to eat again. So that's why we have this tradition, doesn't matter where you live, of eating with regular spaced intervals. The problem comes with eating too much in between or eating when we're actually thirsty. Firstly, with suhoor, they have an opportunity to treat their stomachs to a meal, a simple meal, because remember, they had a big iftar. Now it's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. They've got 45 minutes possibly to have a sensible meal which will carry them through to sunrise, which is the suhoor time period. You will drink enough fluid. So you'll actually drink a little bit more than you used to, because the problem is most of us don't drink enough. Secondly, a healthy and nourishing meal would be most helpful. What is a healthy and nourishing meal? Well, as far as I'm concerned, if you're not a diabetic, a plate of yogurt, a tablespoon of honey, at least 5 or 6 dates, which are in season, and which will definitely allow enough energy to be stored in the liver for at least maybe 8, 10, 12 hours. And I would advise take a boiled egg. I would say boiled because fried egg may cause a little bit of irritation. So that would be very filling. If you want a slice of toast with marmalade, if you want a piece of bread besides that, if you want to take a banana with your yogurt, if you want to add berries, strawberries, blackberries, all these healthy berries, it's fine. But keep it simple. And I would avoid fried foods because that also might aggravate your thirst. Heartburn is an interesting symptom. It means reflux. Now, normally reflux is not felt. So when you have heartburn and you feel it as a substernal pain or as a pain over your stomach which is severe, it means it's a big reflux, like a tsunami of a reflux. And normally people who suffer from heartburn are aware that they get heartburn at various intervals, possibly when they get upset, possibly when they're getting hungry, possibly when they're having a busy day and they're stuck in traffic, and possibly when their phone rings while they're driving. All these things will provoke heartburn. So what you do is you take your medication before suhoor or during suhoor, before your morning meal, and that's usually adequate. And make sure you put some food in the stomach. And don't have 4 cups of coffee because that might provoke a little bit of heartburn. Normal people will have 1 cup of coffee, 2 cups of tea, a glass of water. And remember, heartburn is often provoked by emotional upset. This is Ramadan. This is a time of introspection. This is a time of prayer. This is a time of being good to everybody. This is a time of smiling in your environment. This is the time of not getting upset. And in that way, you will prevent heartburn. Changes in the digestive system of fasting are often healthy. Personally, my own opinion is we eat too much and we eat too often and we eat incorrectly. I can assure you that the Bedu probably had very healthy digestive systems. Most of their food contained fiber because the bread was coarse. They definitely were adapted to conditions which we are unfortunately not adapted to, so we cannot compare ourselves with our forefathers, but we can adapt a few simple rules. We must drink enough fluid. We must avoid too much fried food. We all eat so-called outside food, but we must limit it to once or twice a week because there are components of these outside foods which are fried, which the digestive tract is not comfortable with. And if you're fasting, this can cause discomfort. Nobody wants to break the fast. It's 2 o'clock, you're thirsty, you're nauseous. This is not a good situation. But if you had a simple breakfast and you had enough fluid and you took your tablet, you shouldn't have that nausea. I'm a little bit wary of heavy physical exercise during Ramadan. I think because in the late afternoon, which is when most people take exercise, there isn't enough energy reserve to cope with the calories that you are burning. So you go into calorie deficit. We call that catabolism. Catabolic reaction breaks down fat. I've just gone into the history of what happens then. It's ketones. It's uncomfortable. Maybe you lose half a kilo, but you will anyway lose a couple of kilos during Ramadan if you eat sensibly. You take a simple morning meal, you drink enough fluid, you break the fast with yogurt, or you break the fast with dates and you possibly have some yogurt or laban. You have water, you have a sensible meal. You don't overdo the carbs, you don't overdo the fried foods. It's all balanced. It includes rice, vegetables, salads, meat, whatever that meat, chicken, fish, whatever. Whatever you were brought up with is what the healthiest is to eat during Ramadan. No new diet. You eat what you've eaten before. Am I looking forward to Ramadan? What I really like about it is that everybody seems to be at peace. Everybody is wishing each other happy day and happy fasting and Ramadan Kareem. I really like that. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I've been here 20 years, but I can assure you this habit is a healthy habit. I wish all our listeners Ramadan Kareem.